Informed Beauties, your girl EuniyceMari here. And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about shea butter. If you guys remember, I do have a full video talking all about shea butter. I will leave it above, down below, but I've been getting some questions about shea butter on that video, and so I just thought that I'd just bring an updated version of that video. That video I did a couple of years back, but I'm still getting some key questions that I feel that people are a little probably like confused about. I do think that these are great questions to revisit and re-talk about when it comes to shea butter. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and if you see me looking down, I do have my notes here so that I stay on track, but you want to make sure you are researching shea butter. Now, I'm not just talking about research as in finding out where to get shea butter. I'm talking about the whole thing. So finding out what is shea butter. A lot of people, I don't know what it is, but you're not researching what you're getting. And when you get what you purchased, you're shocked by that it's not a Bath and Body Works product, okay? You need to research what you are getting, okay? What is shea butter? Where does it come from? What does it look like? What is the texture of it? What can you do with it? What are the benefits of shea butter for your skin? Okay, for your hair. Okay, what is the texture of it? Is it thick? Is it thin? Just you need to research everything, and also where to find a solid shea butter source. So before you jump into anything, make sure you're researching all about shea butter so you can know, number one, if it's even for you. A lot of people don't like a thick greasy, even though shea butter is not really greasy, but a lot of people don't like that thick butter on their skin. Some people like lightweight things, and if you order shea butter, it's really thick. Okay, it has a little bit of a heaviness to it. Okay, and if you're not somebody who was into that, you will not like shea butter. Secondly, I wanted to share with you guys my shea butter, like what I personally use, like my own, like where I buy my shea butter at. That's what I'm trying to say. I buy mine at this moment off of Amazon through a company called Essential Depot or Essence Depot. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So currently this is the shea butter that I am using. Okay, it is off of Amazon. I will leave links down below for you guys to go click and to check this out. This shea butter is amazing. I stand behind the shea butter 110%. Now let's talk a little bit too, since I have the shea butter out, on what you want to look for when you are purchasing your shea butter, and then I'll get into why I like this one. You want to make sure it's organic shea butter, unrefined shea butter, organic shea butter, just plain old shea butter. You don't want it mixed with anything else, no oils, no nothing, just plain old shea butter. Okay, it says finest quality, unfiltered, natural African. Okay, so you want to make sure it has nothing else in it. And it says only the finest African unrefined shea butter with no additives, raw and unbleached, with no deodorizers or chemicals to change the natural appearance or nutty aroma. So a lot of times when you are buying your shea butters, look at the facts on there, look at what it is telling you, and right there, this is what I'm looking for. It is just raw shea butter in the raw. Like, it doesn't have anything else mixed in with it. Another thing that I do like is that it does have a little bit of a informative little piece of information here on the side. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see a little bit more of it right here, and I'm going to read it to you. It says shea butter is a natural fruit butter extracted from the nut of the African shea tree. It's called Petrolia paradoxa, if I'm saying that correctly, but I'll leave it here on the screen. Variations, and this is very important, variations in color and texture due to climate and season are to be expected in this handcrafted product. Okay, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, but shea butter comes in different textures, and it does come in different shades. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So next, let's talk about why. Oh, and also it says ingredient unrefined shea butter. So really plain, nothing added to it, to the point. I just like that this tells you everything that you're getting. Now, why do I like the shea butter? Number one is everything that you're getting. I like the shea butter because it smells shea buttery, okay? But there are different smells of shea butter out there. I've dealt with a few different shea butters, and even with this one, sometimes they come in different colors and they will come in a little bit of a more nuttier scent. I don't like too much of a nutty scent because it does interfere with what I do. If you guys do not know, I own Body Care by Eunice, so I do hand make body care, body butters, exfoliators, all that. I will leave a link above, down below, so you can go and check out my shop. I don't like a shea butter that has too much of a nutty scent because it gets in the way if I add any other essential oils to it or coconuts to it, so I prefer a less, like, not a less nuttier shea butter, but like a middle shea butter nuttiness. Okay, so I really do like that about this. And I like that the texture of this bad boy, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, and then I'll actually scoop some out so you can see it on hand. Now, the texture of this can be a little gritty, depending, and it can be a little gritty. I'm gonna show you, hold on. Out of jar, this is what it looks like. Now, the thing about shea butter is that once it hits skin, it's going to melt like butter, literally. That bad boy is not going to take any time. Now, you may get it a little gritty, but once that bad boy melts, it is going to melt down like nobody's business, okay? And a little bit of stuff goes a long way. I actually put on too much. That's a lot of shea butter. Like, you really don't need that much. Shea butter, that's another thing about shea butter. You only need like a little bit less than what I picked up and you'll be perfectly fine. But once shea butter hits, body temperature, it melts down amazing. So you're gonna get a nice thick buttery substance that's gonna melt nicely into your hands. Okay, so usually when you first get shea butter like that, it is going to be a little bit gritty. The texture is going to be a little bit different, but the thing that alters that is when you melt it down. Okay, when you melt it down, as in a double boiler, when you put it into a glass container and put it into a pot of water, it will melt down the shea butter, and then you let it sit, and the shea butter will re-solidify. And I'm going to show you what that looks like as well. So this is a small batch of a sweet orange body butter that I made for somebody. I had some left over, so I just kept it like for myself. But it has jojoba oil in it, sweet orange oil in it, and it also has the shea butter. Okay, I do make custom orders, so if you're interested in a custom order when it comes to shea butter or body scrubs, anything, just go to my site. You can always let me know, and we do I do custom orders as well. But this is what you're gonna get when you break down that, or when you melt down that butter and let it solidify. It's going to become a very smooth texture. I'm not gonna pick out any because, you guys, I have so much shea butter on my hands, but I'm just gonna run my nail in it and show you guys how smooth it is. You see how smooth it is? So it's gonna be super smooth, and that's how, if you don't like that grittiness to it, that's how a little trick, or just a little knowledge on how you can get the shea butter to be a lot smoother. Also, adding oils helps to smooth out the shea butter as well. If you guys are enjoying this content, take a moment to go ahead and subscribe, click the button, and become a part of the Informed Beauty Squad. So now let's move on to how to tell if your shea butter is bad. I've only had one shea butter that I knew was bad. Now, how you can tell is that shea butter will start to smell stale. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but I feel if you deal with shea butter for some time, you can tell fresh batches versus batches that are like, yeah, that should have been thrown away 2 years ago. It smells like a stale like nut. I don't know. It just smells stale. It doesn't smell like a fresh nutty aroma. It smells like an old stale, like, that's the only way that I can explain it. And honestly, you have to get, I feel, a little bit more experienced with shea butter to really know what I'm talking about. And if you are somebody who can agree with that and really, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, comment down below, because I really do feel like if you are just somebody who is starting out with shea butter, it's kind of hard to tell you that, because if you're not used to the way that shea butter smells, when you first smell it, you're gonna think it's rancid. You're gonna be like, ugh, like that doesn't smell right. But no, that's how shea butter smells, okay? Shea butter, the scent of shea butter is a nutty aroma, all right? It's a nutty aroma, okay? So pretty much how you can tell that is bad. Also, when you are purchasing your shea butter, ask that seller or check the information and see when was that shea butter packaged, okay? Make sure you check that out, and that will tell you right there. If that shea butter was packaged like 3 years ago, baby, oh no, don't buy it, okay? Next, we're gonna talk about when you should toss your shea butter. Shea butter lasts anywhere from 12 to 24 months. I feel like if you're using shea butter consistently, you're gonna run out of it before it hits definitely 2 years or even a year. You're gonna hit pan and you're gonna need more. But definitely after that 2-year mark, you want to chuck that bad boy in the trash and get you more, okay? I usually say a year. You know, I feel like if you're not using it consistently, you have it for 2 years, even at a year, throw it, okay, and get you a new batch. All right. Let's see. Now let's talk about texture and color. I kind of touched on this earlier, but the texture of shea butter and the color of shea butter varies, okay? So you're gonna get anything from like grainy to smooth. That's just how it goes. You're going to get colors that are from Ivory that are going to be more of like that pale beige color that the one that I have looks like. Now, I do want to talk about that fluorescent yellow shea butter. And I've gotten many people that commented on the last video saying, oh, that's just palm oil. You know, they put palm oil mixed into it. Okay, but if you are somebody who is looking for straight up raw organic shea butter, it should not be fluorescent yellow. I have never, out of all the years of me using raw shea butter, have come across or had somebody send me fluorescent yellow shea butter. No, 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 no. It's definitely mixed in with something else, which is fine if that's what you want. But if you want the raw stuff, you want to make sure it's anywhere from like an ivory to like that pale cream yellow shea butter, okay? And so lastly, to wrap up this video, I do want to say that if you are expecting shea butter to come to you and smell like a Bath and Body Works lotion, baby, no, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. Shea butter is not it. Shea butter is, I feel, better than Bath and Body Works, of course. It is a very moisturizing butter, but you have to understand it is a seed butter, okay? It comes from the earth. It's not manufactured. It's not made of anything that is artificial. You are getting something that is natural, okay? It is from the earth. It has a nutty aroma to it. Now you can always add your own oils to it, essential oils, to give it a little bit of some type of, like, you know, nice smell. But keep in mind, you're still going to smell that shea butter. So circling right back around to my first point, doing your research and making sure that this is what you want, okay? You know, because you're going to get it, you're going to pop that lid, you're going to be like, ooh, this isn't what I thought it was, okay? But I'm telling you though, if you lather your body down in some shea butter, baby, before you go to sleep, your skin will be baby smooth. So it's worth it. It's worth it. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Everything that I talked about in this video, links will be down below. All information will be down below. And of course, if you have any questions for me, you can always ask. And so yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in a later video. Bye.